Okay, so today we're jumping in and we're going to have a look at all the brand new stuff. So first of all, let's check out other game modes. We can join a lobby, we can host a new lobby. We can go custom unranked, which is the same as the beta. You can have bonus goals, or you can even have minus gold per round. Then you can increase your unique chances, which is pretty darn awesome. And then if you want to be super tanky, or be a glass cannon, not too bad. Super fun, you can go up against whoever you want as well, masters, diamonds. You can even go up against the bronze enemies if you want to. And that's always awesome. But now, let's run through those patch notes. So we got the next big update is here. Besides new items, the main focus is the new modes. Unranked with custom rules and lobbies. So we got some bug fixes. Then we got our new mode, the custom rules unranked. We got the new mode lobbies where you fight your friends. Overhauled item activation animations, which look amazing. They now jump, swing, wave, swish, etc. depending on their type and when they activate. Then we got some new recipes, which is Shelly, Poison Spear, the Hold All, Lil Chestnut, or Dig Deeper, and Knife to meet you. These are brand new skills. Okay, we can go in here and we can group by version and you can have a look at the brand new items. So we're going to start off with Shelly. Shelly's crafted using a health pot and a shiny shell. Now Shelly has the effects, which cleanse effects have 40% chance to cleanse an additional debuff. Every 12 seconds, cleanse 6 debuffs and heal for 40. Triggers 10% faster for each potion and is a holy nature item. So super long cooldown, but not a bad mid-game item to be quite honest. Gets a bit scaled in the late game, but not too bad early to mid-game. Then we got the bag Hold All, which honestly, I haven't really used because it does require a leather armor with a goobert. And getting these early, I kind of just want one or the other. I don't normally grab 2 of these at the same time. But if you have a goobert already and you get a leather armor on sale, 4 gold for 6 slots is not bad. However, 7 gold for 6 slots, maybe not that good. Then we got the Poison Spear, which looks pretty much similar to what it was in the beta 2. But if you don't know, it's crafted up using a Peasant's Flask with a spear. You inflict a lot of poison on your opponent, but you also inflict a turbo amount on yourself. Then we got the skill Dig Deeper, which honestly I still have not gotten, which is kind of crazy. But it does require you to have a shovel, and it does only show up in round 4, but it does allow your shovels to dig up more valuable items. And you start when inflicting 2 blind on your opponent. Then we got Knife to meet you, which looks pretty much the same as the beta, but it's a pretty good skill with some hammers and daggers. But you can also use it for something like Nocturnal Locklifter, especially if you're going to survive for quite some time. Not great with big old burst spells, which is typically hammer daggers, but you can make it work still, because it increases the dagger speed. And potentially if you do go to that 12 seconds, you can still smash down your opponent with even more damage. We got Lil Chestnut, which is a unique item, but can only be found in rounds 4 to 18. Lil Chestnut offers up trade offers, so when you roll and you see your shop, basically the chest that you sell items to will have a trade offer. So one of your items, say this unsettling presence, it'll say trade this for an item worth roughly around the same amount of gold. So yeah, kind of awesome, and you can also stack up a turbo amount of buffs, which honestly is not bad. Say you're going with that Might Clover and you need to stack up 15 luck. Yeah, it can kind of work out that way nicely. It also triggers 1% faster for each value of the star slot. So you can have this triggering pretty darn fast. But anyway, that's all the new items. Let's go back into the patch notes and look at the balance changes for now. So we're starting off with neutral. Falcon Blade got a speed bonus from 30 to 35%, which is not a crazy amount of buff, but still a crazy buff in the Falcon Blade. It is a pretty darn awesome weapon, but it is only 5% increased speed. That means any items stacked around this Falcon Blade is going to get that increased speed. So yeah, kind of crazy that they buffed the Falcon Blade. Then we got the Lightsaber, which just the value of it got decreased, not too bad. Means picking it up a little bit easier. We got the Amulet of Darkness. Damage needed per debuff, 20 to 22. That's another nerf to the Amulet of Darkness. To be honest, it's kind of making it only really valuable in 1 or 2 builds. Other than that, it's not really that valuable as much anymore. Prismatic Sword, debuff chance went down, but damage went up. Not too bad. It does mean that the debuff Dark Prismatic Sword got a little bit worse. Frozen Buckler, stamina removal gone to 0.6 to 0.7. So kind of worth actually crafting this up potentially. It's the same as your Shield of Valor, but the Shield of Valor does protect a little bit more damage. Then we got the Stone Shoes, which block went from 35 to 40. Not a big old buff, but still a buff all the same. Honestly, I haven't crafted these up yet. You got Crossblades, which has a speed bonus from 60 to 75%. So now the Diamond Slot, this one here, the item triggers 75% faster, which is not too bad. Bit of a buff. We got Vampiric Gloves, Vampirism, gone from 5 to 6, not too bad. Nice to see this get a bit of a buff, even though they are pretty darn awesome gloves. Then you got Vampiric Armor, which held Then we got Vampiric Armor. Health convert from 30 health to 75 block. Gone to 45 health to 100 block. Then we got the Vampiric Armor, which does convert that 45 health into 100 block at the very beginning. So that's a big old increase to start of battle effect. But nothing really changed during that fight, with every 2.8 seconds still being that convert 10 health into 10 armor. So not too bad, just a little bit more block from the start. Spectacular. Fighting back speed got nerfed, stamina sack got nerfed again. Kinda crazy, it's just a really strong general skill. You got blood manipulation, the cooldown has been increased. Understandably so, blood manipulation is a pretty darn strong skill. But the cooldown on the Vampirism is not the biggest problem for it. It does mean that the Vampirism is going to scale up a lot slower, but honestly you can scale up Vampirism outside the use of blood manipulation. It just means earlier it's not as good. Then we got Guard Power, which cooldown has increased again to 6.2. Honestly, this is just keep getting nerfed and nerfed, making it a lot harder to get your regen or your power. Spinning for dummies, stamina reduction went from 15 to 18%. Awesome, this got a bit of a buff. This is probably one of my favorite skills. It allows for some crazy weapon combos. Then the Power of the Moon has got something interesting. Now gains maximum health instead of healing. Amount 50% to 60%. So instead of getting a big old burst heal, which is a nerf to on-healing type builds, you now gain maximum health. It is quite interesting if you're going to be stacking a lot of maximum life. Maybe you could potentially get a big old max life increase. Say you're stacking up a Cheese Excalibur or maybe even those Torn Booms. Hardwood got a bit of a buff. Not a whole lot. 15 block from 14 block. It means you have 10 items, you get 10 more block. Stones, honestly, this has been getting buffed and buffed. With 60 to 7% chance, not too bad. Cubert chances also increase as well. Cubert chances now 50%. Okay, this might actually be worth grabbing, especially if you're going for something like a Blood Torn type build, or even a Turnip type build too. Now into the Pyromancer's balances. We got Solaris, which chance to gain heat 30% to 40%. That's basically on the shields. And then block gain from 10 to 13 on your sun armors. Not a crazy amount of a buff. Maybe it'll see play right now. Solaris is really not a top tier skill. Ever burning stamina reduction went from 40% to 60%. And they got Frozen Flame block went from 8 to 12. So Solaris, yeah. The sun shield blocks damage, you get 40% chance to gain heats. And the sun armor, getting that extra armor from 10 to 13. Ever burning, burning sword and burning blade uses 60% less stamina. Awesome. So the stamina decrease from 40% to 60% might actually be awesome to take right now. Potentially. I'll have to try it out, but it still could be a little bit underwhelming. But you still need that burning blade to actually make good use of it. Then the Frozen Flame, getting more block from 8 block to 12 block for each ice item. Awesome, a big old buff to the Frozen Flame. It does mean that you get a total of 28 more armor if you use up all of these star slots. It's not a crazy buff, but still a buff all the same. Okay, and onwards to the Berserker's balance changes. We got the D-Word Guardian, which now increases the amount of healing you get from 9 to 12. So that is a nice little bit of a buff, because you can actually make your D-Word Guardian trigger super fast by using these Dragon Scale Claws while you're in Battle Rage, triggering 40% faster, meaning you can get this down to be super fast, meaning you can get almost 24 life per second during Battle Rage, which is a big increase compared to what it was with 9. But we'll see how it plays. On to the Rangers, and the Ranger only got changed with this Piercing Arrow, which now has the item activates these diamond star slots, has a 65% chance to gain 1 luck. It just makes easier stacking a luck, meaning that the Critwood Staff and the Fancy Rapier got a big old buff with this Piercing Arrow. But then finally we have the Reaper, and we're going to look. First of all, this mushroom farm, gone down to 2 mushrooms to generate a Flag Arc. That's big news. This has got a massive buff, meaning it's going to be much easier to get 2 gold per round by grabbing extra Flag Arcs. And yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty good early game skill, potentially. But then we got the Lover's card, which now deals a little bit less damage from 8 to 7, but also that healing increased from 8 to 6%. So a little bit of a nerf. This card probably seen too much play, to be quite honest, especially with those on-healing builds. Anyways, let me know what you think of these patch notes down below in the comments. But I'm going to leave it here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope to keep a lookout for the next one. I'll see you next time.